Let's welcome in our guest. We have Imtiyaz Quereshi, co-founder and director of Investeria Financial Services, who's joining us from Mumbai. Imtiyaz, today's been a very, very volatile day. Can you tell us what's happening in the markets? Are we seeing some short covering from levels of 7-1, 3-1 or thereabouts? And is this squeeze going to continue? Are we going to close convincingly above 7,200?
Very good afternoon. Yes, the Nifty is showing volatility because if I go with the derivative strategy where the open interest has been built up at 7,200 call options and 7,300 call options, the moment the Nifty reach nearby 7,200, so almost there is a selling pressure coming arise. So because the call option is getting righted, that means the bear position has been started up. So since if we are convincingly closing above 7,200, we would see another round of short selling, short covering happening. Since the morning we have seen first leg of short covering, right now above 7,200 we'll see second round of short covering. Very good indication that today the market has retraced and then again we are going back to the day's high. So this is a very good sign of indications where the candle formations come with the lower shadow. Whenever the lower shadow comes on the chart on the candles, it says that there is a bottom, there is a buying on decline strategy going on, and the bulls are standing at a bottom level to pick the stocks. One more important thing that we have seen the rally from the level of 68, 62, 7,200, and the second leg has been corrected 90, 16 and 60. So I believe that maybe tomorrow till Monday we would see 7,270 or maybe very close to 7,300 as what I am projecting till Monday.
You're seeing 7,300 coming Friday itself or on Monday?
Absolutely.
Okay. You said that, when we see candles with longer shadows means buyers have come in. But at the higher level, selling is coming. We have not crossed 7,200 in the last 4 occasions. And with the FI support not being there, what are the derivative positions saying? Do you think it can be overcome?
I really agree with your points that the FIs are being a net seller end of the day. Even day before yesterday we had seen the buying coming arise, and one day before that also we had seen a very good fantastic rally, that is almost 200-point rally on the Nifty. But still the FIs are not confident about the market. Maybe they are waiting for some fundamental getting changed. But if I talk about the purely technical point of view, that we had seen the fall from the level of 7,600 to 6,860 in just 9 trading session, and today we are just testing 4 trading session. That means we have another 5 trading session to maybe, if the bull comes in the full force, then maybe the 5 or 6 days would be very good for the market. I'm not projecting that maybe we would see 7,600 in next 5 to 6 trading session, but if the faster retracement happens, then most probably we would see things getting closer to 7,600 in next 5 to 6 trading session. But more importantly, we need the FIs to be coming as a net buyer. So let's see today if the bottoms are made up, the lower shadow has made up. Yesterday we had seen a big lower shadow. Today we have seen a big lower shadow. This is indicating that the bottoms are right now, the strategy has been changed from the sell on rise to the buy on decline.
All right. Looking at the derivative data as well as the chart patterns, which stocks are looking very good to you? Should this short covering rally come about, which are the stocks that will fly absolutely? Could it be some of the banking names from the PSU space that have been beaten down? Could it be high interest, beaten down names like Just Dial? What would you do on a stock specific basis?
Yes, right now since we are looking after for the Nifty and Bank Nifty showing some sort of short covering, first leg of short covering has already been emerging today morning market, and the market gone about just open with a big huge gap up. No doubt end of the day we filtered it, and right now we are going back to the day's high. I'm projecting that maybe the Bank Nifty would be the one big mover from this level, and with the banking stocks like SBI, ICICI Bank, these 2 banks should be showing some sort of a good performance. Maybe the short covering should come up, and maybe you can say long position should be building up at this current level, because technically both the stocks are showing very much favorable. I would definitely go for the more on the banking side like SDFC Bank, Kotak Bank. So I think so we can see a very good momentum. If I'm talking about Nifty going to the 7300, then major participation would definitely come from the banking stocks. So I'm expecting a good short covering and long building up for the banking stocks. Going ahead with that, there are the few stock specific which already been showing some sort of you can say short covering, or maybe you can say long building up. One was Crompton Grease. We had just seen right now, just in a flick of second, the stocks moved up like anything. Again to that, maybe ADHG group, I'm expecting from RCOM that maybe the RCOM would be the next counter where we can see some sort of a short covering coming in. And many capital goods like BAIL is there, and you can say BAIL is there, and NBFC stocks like you can say HDFC Limited is there, and many stocks are there which is being heavily short has been built up, and right now the stocks are on the edge of the showing some short covering, just waiting for some good triggers.
Okay, so you've spoken about Crompton, BHEL from the capital goods space as well as the banking space. Any other that, what I wanted your feedback on some of the stocks that have been very volatile movers and have been beaten down black and blue. Take a Just Dial. Now, Just Dial has seen recent up moves and a lot of volatility. Then there are stocks like Jubilant Foods that slipped into 3 digits, something that I don't recall a lot. Can you look at these charts, say Just Dial, Jubilant, and maybe even Wockhardt?
I believe that all these 3 stocks are very much, you can say, in line on the intraday momentum. I'm not projecting with the long-term momentum or maybe near-term, but I'm talking about just couple of more days where we can see some momentum getting built up. Just Dial already moved up. We have seen a very good rally, fantastic rally, around 20-25% has been appreciated from the lower level. But I believe that Jubilant Food and Wockhardt, these two are looking very much attractive on the chart, and maybe I'll go more focus on the Wockhardt, where I had seen that 730 was the bottom, and right now the stocks is trading around 790. I think so risk reward ratio is very much favorable. Maybe the stocks can ladder can go till 980 rupees in just 1 week of time frame.
All right, so 980 possible on Wockhardt in a week's time. What about the IT counters like Infosys and TCS? TCS has been an underperformer when compared to Infosys, but compared to some of the stocks that have been beaten down so much from the banking space, IT is still relatively better. What would you do with these two heavyweights?
I believe that already IT sectors are already outperforming. And maybe this way outperforming will definitely continue, because if I see almost the Nifty from where the bottom has been rallied, the major contribution has come from the IT sectors. If I talk about Infosys, if I talk about TCS, Wipro, HCL Technology, they have a very good weightage on the Nifty components and BSE components. So the momentum we had seen from the level of 1600 to 7200, the major contribution has come from the IT sectors. So I think these stocks will continue to perform much more higher from the current level also, but not expecting much, because already the stock has moved up to 5 to 6% from the bottom. So maybe around 3 or 4% is left for the stocks to go higher.
All right, IT stocks can get higher by another 3 to 4%. Which sector or which stocks would you avoid if there is any data that is showing you something that you want to avoid a few stocks, or chart patterns where you feel that they have run up too much in this rally itself and you would either book profits or sell any of stocks like these?
I think so. Right now the market has become very much choosy. It is very difficult right now as of now to understand which stocks to be heavy bidden, and right now is about to show the momentum, another round of selling or maybe round of buying. One thing very much we need to understand as per the market scenario, that the market has become very much choosy. So we have to select the sectors. In the sectors we have to choose the stocks. So I believe that as of now would not avoid any stock to go short, but yes, would be looking for the real estate stocks where something is getting built up on the technical front. Maybe DLF, HDIL, I mean to say India Bull Real Estate. These three stocks are showing little bit of momentum. You can say a sort of a consolidation zone. The moment the consolidation zone get over, maybe the stocks would definitely show a very good robust and you can say upside boost up. maybe around 10-12% of return in a couple of trading sessions. But as of now, all these three stocks in consolidation zone, maybe once we see the breakout of resistance, the stocks will definitely show a very good return.
Alright, so we're just counting down to the close, and it's less than 2 minutes to the close. Let's focus on the stocks that have done well today. Vedanta has recovered from the red. ICICI is going back home with gains of 2% or so. SBI is flat, Bank of Baroda is flat, but it's a comeback from the lows of the day. We've seen stocks like Hindalco, Dr. Reddy's, ACC, all these stocks do pretty well. Stocks like Tata Steel and PNB weren't able to completely recover. ITC holding on to 305 rupees at close. Kane managed to hold on to the gains, so did ONGC, tracking the crude oil movements. Adani Ports came off from the lows of the day quite swiftly, and Idea Cellular remained lackadaisical nearly all through the day. L&T going home with gains of 2% or so. Tata Power up 1%. Sun Pharma did well all through the day, up 1.5%. Bharti Airtel has now reached 322. So a big comeback for that counter. BPCL holding on to gains about 2%. Infosys up 2%. Cipla at 522. Coal India pulling back and up about 1.5%. GAIL having a flat close. Tech Mahindra also flat, not being able to see a very big recovery coming through. The FMCG major HUL along with ITC had a good run, so up 1.5%. Dr. Reddy's a very good performance coming through all through the day, holding on to gains of more than 4%. HCL Tech amongst the gainers. Kotak Bank 2% higher. Lupin is now nearly at 1800, so this stock has continued with its good performance. And that's the closing bell of the market. Hero MotoCorp up 3.5%. Bajaj Auto up 2%, Ultratech up 0.5%, ACC up 3%. So some of the cement counters have also seen action coming through, and these are the biggest gainers of the day. Dr. Reddy's, ACC, ICICI, Vedanta making a comeback, Hindalco up 4%. So the metal space, the energy space, and some private sector banks like ICICI having a good run today. Tata Motors also closing with gains of 0.5%. Hero MotoCorp up 3.5%. Bajaj Auto up 2%. Amongst the laggards, Tata Steel down 1/3%. PNB not being able to come back into the green, though it traded in the green for a large part of the day. Power Grid marginally in the red. So the losers list is not very long. Shorter than the gainers. Maruti still having a bad run, down 2%. Asian Paints down 2%. HDFC down 1%. We got Axis Bank also down 1%, and BHEL down 2.5%. It did fall from the highs of the day, and Axis Bank's close is still under 400 rupees a share. We also had some selling pressure coming into NTPC and Yes Bank. Yes Bank down about 1% or so. Imtiyaz, the closing is just shy of the 7200 level. Do you believe that global factors will be very critical for that short covering to come through? What would you be watching out for when we start in the morning tomorrow?
First of all, that we had seen 3 consecutive higher close on the US market. So maybe there would be a pressure for the profit booking on the US side. Maybe the stocks, US index, show some sort of lackluster for a day or two. But I think so Indian market, as per the technical, we would definitely see 72, 70, 7300 mark. And once we break 7300 mark, then the next target would be 7600. So I believe that as of now, unless any bad news doesn't come arise, or maybe some lackluster news doesn't come arise, I believe that the market would definitely march toward north side, and we would see definitely higher side, maybe around 72, 70, 7300.
All right. And can you recap the Bank Nifty levels to watch out for as well for tomorrow?
I believe that the Bank Nifty once crosses 14,400, we would see definitely a very good strong buying coming above 14,400. So that is a very big resistance. Unless that doesn't break off, there would be the selling pressure coming ahead. But maybe in tomorrow session, we should see some resistance getting breakout, and the next level of maybe on the higher side would be 14,600 to 14,800. This will be the level on the higher side we expecting in couple of trading session.